Hey, welcome back to the channel. We're leaving before sunrise. We have over 600 miles to go today on the second day of our trip. And today we are headed out on 74 West towards Peoria, Illinois. Peoria was first explored by the French in 1680 and then started in 1691 by Henry de Tonty, who is also French. It is the oldest community in Illinois. Also, it is the largest city on the Illinois River. It is consistently ranked one of the best mannered cities in America. It is named after the Peoria tribe that originated there. Iowa is named after the Iowa people. It is the third largest state for motorcycle ownership, coming in behind South Dakota and New Hampshire. The roads are straight and flat, so I can see why. 85% of the land is for agriculture, which includes corn, soybean, eggs, milk, and pork. Pigs actually outnumber people here 4-1. We stopped by Rooster's Harley-Davidson in Sioux City, Iowa to get a tire, and then on to Dakota Dunes, South Dakota for the night. Day 3 headed out on 90 West, and we'll be crossing the entire state of South Dakota, which will be about 450 miles and will take us 7 to 8 hours. These crazy sculptures coming up are part of Porter Park. The Egyptian cow head is 60 feet high, which is about the same size as the faces on Mount Rushmore. South Dakota generates more than 30% of the state's electricity from wind turbines. They will have 1,300 turbines by the end of 2020. They are 328 feet high, and the blades are 165 feet long. We saw them transporting one blade. They had 3 semi-trailers hooked together. It was massive. They weigh 164 tons, and they can need up to 111 acres, depending on their size. Chamberlain, South Dakota was founded in 1881 and is located on the Lake Francis Case Reservoir, which was created under the Flood Control Act of 1944. It spans 102 acres, it is 140 feet deep, and it has 540 miles of shoreline. Thanks to all the reservoirs and dams, South Dakota has more shoreline than Florida. South Dakota is number 1 in the country for sunflower seed production. They plant over 600,000 acres per year. There are 2 types, one for birdseed and oil, and the other is for us, and they are absolutely gorgeous on the side of the road. Although this was never a real town, it's a pretty good interpretation of what an 1880s town might have looked like. All of the buildings were brought in from different places like movie sets and other towns, and some of them date back to 1910. I really wanted to go check it out, but it was closed. So maybe next time. So people were coming out here for different reasons. Some people were coming out for the gold rush. Other people were coming because of the Homestead Act that was passed in 1862 by Abraham Lincoln, which offered a typical 160-acre farm for $18. All the settler had to do was homestead the land for 5 years and then they would own it. Between 1860 and 1920, 15 million acres, or 32% of South Dakota, was claimed by pioneers. But because wood was so scarce, they would build soddies, which were earth roofs, dirt floors, and they would use the prairie sod as the walls. Then as the railroad came through, they were able to build tar paper shacks, which you can find all over the country from the East Coast to the West. To sustain themselves while waiting for their farms to become self-sufficient, the settlers would collect buffalo bones and send them back to Chicago, where they were ground and used for fertilizer. Since wood was so scarce and the winters were so hard here, they would burn buffalo chips and cow chips to keep warm. And besides all of this, they also endured blizzards, floods, grasshopper plagues, and fires. The ethnic groups moving to this area at this time were German, Swedish, Norwegian, Finnish, Polish, Netherlanders, Swiss, and the Hutterites, who are similar to the Amish and practice an agricultural-based communal lifestyle. Their colonies are still scattered about eastern South Dakota today. Now we're headed through Rapid City, founded in 1876. Rapid City is the second largest city in South Dakota with an elevation of 3,202 feet above sea level. Rapid City is also called the Gateway to the Black Hills, as this is the way to Mount Rushmore and the heart of the Black Hills. Leaving the city would be putting your life in danger in a sense, opening up the chances of crossing paths with Native Americans who hold the Black Hills as sacred and weren't all that happy to see all these new white faces, as well as any number of sordid, opportunistic riffraff traveling the area, ready to take advantage of anyone who had anything that would benefit them in any way. Along the roads in this area were random stage stops, which became community centers for the few residents where they could mail a letter, get a drink, or possibly a hot meal. Some were friendly to local bad boys, others were not. A few of these stage station ranches included low-class brothels, which locals referred to as hog farms, since only the most worn-out, hardened, and depraved women worked here. After a long day, we were almost to our cabin that we rented just outside Hill City. Hill City was settled by miners in 1876 and was referred to as Hillyo. This is the second American settlement in the Black Hills. Thanks for watching Off the Chain Riders. We are almost to our cabin. We are going to be posting more videos of our rides that we did while we were out here and a lot of cool history about the Black Hills. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell notification so you're alerted when I post another video. See you next time.